Yo, what's going on, motherfuckers? Sam has a brand new video. As you can see by the title, today is a little bit of a different type of video. Never in a million years did I think I'd be making this video. I didn't want to make this video. I wasn't going to make this video. But so many people on Twitter were saying, you know, it's not fair to keep the fans in the dark. They need to be told. They need to know what happened. You know, it is a big shock to a lot of people, as I have been a part of R7 for over 3 years. So a lot of people want to know why I left and what's going on. The first thing I wanted to clear up before the video actually starts, a lot of people think I was actually kicked. I'm not sure why Sweets is telling people I was kicked when I clearly left. I said to Sweets, I will be announcing my departure this week, and he said, well, in that case, you're kicked. And I said, you can't kick me, I've already left, and he tried to say that I was kicked. Sweets, if you are watching this video, which I'm sure you are, because you've already accused me that apparently I'm going to slander you, you didn't kick me, and this is no attempt to slander you or bring R7 down. Why would I want to bring R7 down? I've spent years on end helping build this team, getting it to where it is today. So the last of my intentions is to bring the team down. It's the same with you. I've worked with you for years. I've got, you know, I don't have a lot against you. I don't hate you, okay? I don't want to fucking hate your way, and that's another thing I wanted to clear up before the video begins. I'm not asking anyone to go hate on Sweets or nobody to go hate on R7. This is my story, and this is the truth of what has happened. Before I get into it, I'm just going to tell you the quick history of my time in R7. I've been in R7, like I said, for over 3 years. And when I first joined R7, I joined as a co-leader, and from that day I joined as a co-leader, I worked my ass off. I fucking bought websites, I spent lots of money, spent hours on end helping build this team, and R7 was going up and up and up. I keep working hard. Then I ended up getting promoted as a leader maybe a couple of months later, and ever since then I was a leader of R7 despite the little period. I had like a little break quitting period in between, which was again a couple of years back. So around the time, you know, back then it was me, Sweets, Unlucky leading, and it was awesome. It was the most fun I've ever had. Even now, thinking back then was the most fun. Unlucky is the most awesomest dude, and I'd never ever had so much fun leading with someone than I did with him. Absolute fucking legend, and he was the one that gave me the opportunity for R7 in the first place. So Unlucky, if you are watching this video, massive props and a thank you to you. As R7 went on, Unlucky actually ended up quitting, and it was me and Sweets who ended up running it. Then Sweets ended up quitting, then I ended up running R7 a few months by myself, and then Sweets and they ended up coming back, keep going. Then I went for a period where me and Sweets and quit. Then Limits was running it, then me and Sweets came back, okay, after me running it by myself. Then R7 pretty much, I think Limits, something happened with Limits or something, then R7 was nothing. R7 was just like a stale platform. Then Unlucky spoke to me, and I convinced Unlucky. I was like, Unlucky dude, let's you know, we spent years building this, let's keep it going, can we start it? And Unlucky's like, no, I'm not really feeling it so much, blah 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 blah. And he gave me the opportunity to, he's like, if you're gonna lead R7 in that, I'm happy to let you like carry it on and stuff. So I came back, R7 carried on, Sweets was SOAR team captain at the time, then Sweets came back, and then me and Sweets carried on. At the start, it was absolutely awesome. I was the one pretty much running the show. Then Sweets, I know Sweets was never really happy. It was always sort of for a period of time, you know, before, you know, it was always me and Unlucky who were like the two best mates, and Sweets sort of felt like a third wheel type of thing you could call it. He was always felt, oh, it's just you and Unlucky, both from New Zealand, blah blah blah. Thought me and Unlucky were out to get him and leaving him out of things, and he felt excluded and things like that. Then what ended up happening, okay? Unlucky ended up quitting. I think I already said that, but it was me and Sweets, okay? We were leading there. I went for a period, I think I was in hospital for a few weeks or something. And then in that period, Sweets pretty much, you know, was leading the team while I was in hospital. I think I hit my head or something happened. This was again quite a while ago. And Sweets carried on. And in that 2 weeks, he'd put himself on the top of the roster and on the top of the sub box. I came back after my 2 weeks out of hospital. Then I changed the roster back to me on top, and the kid fucking absolutely cried at me and packed a tantrum, and every time I'd change it, he'd get so angry. Sweets has always been one who wants power. He's always been an absolute power freak. He has to be, you know, the head honcho. He has to run everything. Even when, you know, R7 went up on Scarce, 3 times I've been on Scarce. It's been on Drama Alert, and I've always defended it. I went on Scarce, and even when I went on Scarce, apparently to Sweets, even though I saved the reputation of the team and got all the hate gone, apparently that was a publicity stunt for me. And apparently it's like, oh, look at Mario, thinks he's the head of the, you know, Sweets was never really happy when other people are getting credit. It's always been about him, okay? Any other leader that's led with Sweets is going to agree with me on this one. So things carried on. I said, you know, fuck it, you can stay on top of the roster, I don't really give a fuck. We carried on leading the team, okay? There's a long history, I'm just going to skip a bunch of the bullshit back then. That was in the past, that shit doesn't really matter. It got to the stage, you know, it was just me and Sweets still. Unlucky had quit, Hex was in the team at the time, you know, and basically what had happened was Unlucky, you know, had nothing to do with R7 anymore. He was just like the official official owner. Unlucky had made me owner, and when Unlucky made me owner, Sweets again wasn't happy, like, why the fuck does you get owner? I said, you know, fuck it, you can be an owner too, I don't care about the title or whatever, the label. Then Sweets was the owner as well, so at that point it was me and Sweets who was the owner, okay? And then from there, we carried on. Then Unlucky really needed some money, so Unlucky came to me first, and he's like, you know, do you want to buy L7? I was like, how much? Blah 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 blah. I think it was a couple odd $1,000s or something like that. I just really didn't have the money at the time. I obviously wanted to buy R7. I was gonna pay it off and stuff. Then Unlucky must have gone to Sweets, and long story short, Sweets' mother ended up buying R7 for Sweets, you know, for however much it was, a couple of $1,000s. So from that day on, Sweets and his mum were the owner of R7. Sweets said to me, look man, I've bought R7 off Tim. My mum bought it, you know, she's going to have a big role in R7 now, which his mum does. His mum's, whatever she does between him and Sweets, I'm not included in any of that stuff. Sweets like, don't worry bro, nothing's going to happen to you, you're still the owner as well, everything's just officially in my name, blah 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 blah. And from that day onwards, I knew I was fucked, okay? I knew his mum's got L7, he's got L7, he's the owner, all the sponsors, everything's going to be in his name. Any deals, future deals down the track is all going to be in his name. If I'm going to put all my time and effort like I had been, then for me I felt, what am I going to really benefit from it? All I'm going to be doing is building this platform for him. When it gets to a certain period, he's going to kick me off, he's going to drop me off, he's going to be it. So from that day onwards, I created my own personal logo. I got my own branding. As you guys can see, I've got my mushroom logo, I've got my M with the wings. I created my own branding because, like I said, there was a period in between where I quit, left R7 for however long, a month or whatever, however long it was. And in that period I wanted to carry on my channel, and at that time I had a small channel, I didn't have the fan base, I didn't have the branding, and my channel completely died off at that period of time. This time I knew it was coming, okay? I knew it was coming. Yes, I didn't do as much as I should have done for the team, I'm not denying that, and that's the big issue Sweets had. He's like, you don't seem like you're fully into the leading the team anymore, you don't seem, you know, like you're doing as much as you were or as much as I'm doing, which I agree, Sweets. I wasn't doing at that time as much as you were doing for the team. Even recently I wasn't doing as much as you were doing for the team. That's the big point you made. I admit that. I'm not going to deny that and say I was doing more than Sweets, but we were doing things in different ways, you know? You were going through all the Google Drives, doing all that type of shit. I was out there doing different shit. I was working with all the directors, getting personality based content onto the team channel. We both had our different things. And back to the point I was saying, okay, so I knew from that day I was fucked. So I created my own branding. I put my own logo up, and for the last months I've been building my own brand, you know, as well as still doing, you know, the L7 stuff too. Obviously not as much as Sweets was doing, okay? Again, Sweets, you were doing more than me, okay? I just knew, and I've always had a passion for my own channel, my own content, and that's what I had been focusing on for a long time, yes. But I had still had, you know, a passion for L7 as well. It just sort of felt for me, you know, if I'm going to put all this time and effort and into L7, what's that going to do for me? Like, in the whole years of L7, I've never made 1 cent from L7. All the products, all the sponsors, all the videos I've done, everything for L7, never have I ever made a cent off of this team. These GTO Mega Chairs right here, I sold so many of these fucking things with my own fan base, my channel and stuff. I had people tweeting me all the time, and it was a big British pound payout for these chairs. Like, it's a pretty decent amount of money, and all the money made was pretty much going into Sweets' back pocket or into an L7 account, as he claimed. Whether that is true or not, it doesn't matter. If I'm doing work for the team, promoting things, blah blah blah, there's meant to be, you know, an even split cut, especially when it's between two owners. And then what ended up happening is Sweets ended up getting a guy called Crank into the team and Trevi into the team, and they really started leading L7s into an esports direction, which that's what Sweets wants to do with L7 now. I really don't think L7's going to be a trick shotting team for that much longer, as Sweets is trying to drift off. He's told me before he's not enjoying the trick shotting thing as much, and he really wants to go strong with the esports thing, which I think is a good idea. I'm not attacking Sweets for that, I think that's awesome. But since Crank and all these esports dudes came into the team, I was sort of excluded. It was sort of a thing. Hex was excluded too. It was sort of the thing between Sweets and Crank. You don't need fucking 4 people all in there working together. We ended up getting excluded from a lot of things. We'd try to get involved with it all, but it's almost felt like Sweets just didn't want us, you know, included in it. And I was told by previous leaders that were in 3 months ago, Sweets has planned on getting me out of this team for a long time, which leads me to believe, again, it's something to do with the money. You know, if you've got to split 50% ownership, you have to split money. If it's 2 people in, it's a lot better than 4 and a lot of other people, which I feel is why Sweets did want to exclude me from the thing. His argument is, you didn't do much, man. You didn't do this. You're not doing what I was doing. What the fuck, what else was there to do, okay? Google Drive clips, the members put it in, you go through a couple of clips. All the esports business side thing, you wouldn't let me have any part of. That was all between you and Crank. And you hired all these people into the team to deal with that sort of shit. So I was the one in the team who interacted with, like, all my streams, I'm the one who interacts with all the R7 fans. When I went on holiday, I met up with lots of R7 fans. I make fucking, you know, I'm the one always interacting with the fans in the stream, surprise recruit, all that sort of shit. I had my own different thing for L7. And you know, you claim you want an L7 house, or L7's gonna get a house next year. Who the fuck's gonna watch it, man? You've got no channel of, you know, like, it just makes no sense. I was not hurting the team in any way. These last coming weeks, I'd been working very closely with all the directors, getting a lot of shit done. And it's just like, I couldn't really do anything I wanted to do with the team. There's lots of plans I had for the team, but I couldn't put it into place because every little thing I'd have to run by Sweets. It was no longer my team. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. There was too many limitations. There was too many things getting excluded, too many secrets happening, too many 2x2 people working, everyone else being left out. It was no longer enjoyable for me. And I just literally felt, if I'm going to fucking grind this shit and put all this shit before my own self, before my own channel, my own uploads, if I'm going to do all this, I'm just going to be building this platform up, growing it so well to the point things are running so nice with all the content, everything's going to go sweet, but all it's going to be doing is benefiting Sweets. It was never, ever, ever going to help me, or I was never, ever going to be a part of it if L7 did get successful in the esports team. I was never in the plan to be. Sweets has wanted me out of this team, like I said, for months, and I'd been thinking about leaving for months, but I've always loved L7 and I've been a part of it, and it felt weird. Even when I left yesterday, I said to Sweets, like, man, is this really what you want? Like, maybe you were right in some ways, you know, maybe I should have helped a little bit more. It's just that feeling, I felt like a little emptiness just because I was a part of the team for so long. And, you know, one thing I do always have and always will have, so Sweets, if you do want this, you're not having it, buddy, this L700k plaque, I'm going to be keeping that no matter what. It's still an achievement. It's a joint achievement, obviously, but that's still my memory with L7. I've put years of work into the team, and at least I've got a memory from it. I'd never hate or bring L7 down. But for me, man, I could not lead with Sweets any longer. I couldn't get on the same level as Sweets and just lead with him. We always argued, had disagreements. Anything I said was wrong, everything he said was right. You couldn't win against him. One thing really woke me up the other day when I was playing with, you know, Kostov TK, the owner of Team Caliber. Someone asked him, he's like, do you know L7? He's like, yeah, I seen them on Keemstar a while back about that guy Sweets or something selling roster spots. And it sort of woke me up, man. If L7's going to be going to competitive esports events and shit, the reputation definitely has over the years gone down with the whole defeats kicking shit, you know, for being disabled, kicking someone for a funeral from Sweets or whatever, Sweets selling the roster spot, whatever, whether, you know, Sweets claimed it didn't sell it, whatever, I'm not going to get into all of that shit, but it's like, no matter how much work or whatever you put into it, you know, in some way, shape or form, the reputation's already been shot. I'm not saying it can't be rebuilt. The team right now, I believe, is leading in a, you know, could be a good direction. I'm not sure, but for me, I feel like Sweets is in this shit for the money. That's it, man. You know, I was on Scarce. This team, I could have let this team fucking die. I don't know how many times. There was this shit with Nuda, all that shit, man. I got on Scarce and defended it, and I got attacked by Sweets for even going on Scarce. Oh, Murray's just doing this for him. I saved us. L7 would have fucking ended back then, bro, if I didn't jump on Scarce and do all that shit. I've done so much fucking shit for this team, and it really is fucking sad that it's come to this, man. There ain't going to be any cuts. This is my fucking story. This is the truth. Hex feels the same. Lots of other leaders feel the same. Ever since Sweets' mum bought this fucking shit, I feel like it's been fucked for me. And I thought, you know, I got a passion for my own channel. I'm going to fucking pursue my own goals. What the fuck is the point of slaving for somebody else for their benefit? Made no sense to me at all. I love all the boys in L7. I still play with them. I'm still going to play with them. They're absolute fucking lads. I wish all of you guys nothing but the best. I hope I got all my points across. I may have missed a few little things here and there. There are a few things I know that I did miss, but I'm not going to fucking, you know, say things that are really going to hurt L7. I'm going to keep all of that shit, you know, behind the scenes. Like I said, I got no hate against Sweets. That's just my honest opinion. Sweets, man, hope you do well with L7. This is my fucking how I feel. You may disagree, but deep down I think you know. As soon as I told you I was going to make this video, you started like, seemed like you were scared, man. Tried to telling all the L7 members, Mario's out to fucking slander me. It's not about that, bro. I feel like you've done some fucking scummy shit, and with all the shit that's happened in the past, bro. You type in L7 Sweets on YouTube, it comes up with a drama alert. Fucking, what was the point for me anymore, dude? It's got to that stage. You know, people are saying, oh, you know, the odd person saying, oh, you're dead now. What are you going to do now that you're not in L7? it doesn't fucking matter, dude. I've got a channel of 35,000 subscribers, and when I was fully grinding it out, I was gaining more subs and views than L7 at a point. And I believe we can do that again, and I'm going to grind it out. If you guys want to continue to support me, that honestly means the world to me. Nothing is changing with me or my content, apart from it getting better now that my full focus is on my own branding and my own channel. If you only fucking subscribed or followed me because of L7, a letter and a number at the start of my name, you can unfollow me, you can unsubscribe from me. It doesn't change who I am. All it changes is something. You know, I spent years working on it, and I'm happy with what I've achieved over the years. It's time to move on now to bigger and better things. I've had a couple of offers from some other teams already, which I'm still thinking whether or not I want to take that, or whether or not I just want to do my own thing for the time being. That's really it, honestly. Thank you so much to everybody who has supported me. I've met a lot of great people. I'm not quitting by any means, shape or form. The only difference with me now is I'm no longer the leader of L7. L7 is no longer in my name. I'm still the same person, so I hope that doesn't change your opinion on me or anything like that. I hope you guys still continue to support me. I spent $10,000, just over $10,000 building this room, and YouTube is a passion and it's a goal of mine, and I really hope to build this into a career, into a job for me, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Just because I'm no longer in L7, that's not going to change anything. That's it, boys. Honestly, thank you guys so much. I'm not sure if there'll be a video tomorrow, but all the daily uploads, streams, all that shit will continue, and I potentially could be in another team soon. I'm not sure whether I want to take this leadership role on, or join a team as a director, or just do my own fucking thing. You know, I've seen, you know, Scarce blew up when he left Red. I've seen a lot of people either blow up or die, and I know I've got a mushroom army here with me, and I really hope you guys continue to support me. That's all I've got to say. If you're still going to continue to support me, please slap that like button. Let me know in the comments down below. Nothing is changing. I can't stress that enough. That's really all I got to say. The last question is, will I ever be joining back to L7? Honestly, man, I don't think so. I really can't work with Sweets. I've said pretty much what I wanted to say. Yeah. It was for me. The really thing that really hit me was when Sweets' mum bought L7. From that day, I knew we were fucked. I've never spoke to her. I don't know what the fuck she's got doing, planning behind I don't know. It's something between son, daughter, you know, spent a lot of money. The son needs to, I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to get into that. There's a lot of other shit. I'm really not going to get into that. I'm not out to kill L7 or anything like that. If you want to continue to support L7 and Sweets, that is up to you. Go ahead. I'll always love L7, and that's it. Peace out, boys.